Hello.
Hello, is this Tony?
Yeah. Hey, Morris. How's it going?
Hi. Yeah, pretty good. Happy holidays.
You too. You too. Good to talk to you.
So, yeah, I just wanted to follow up and see how you were doing. I guess you're using Core 5.
Yes.
And
Yep.
then, and how long have you been using the Core 5 so far?
I want to say close to 3 years, probably 2.5, 3 years. My account has 400,000 in it, and its portfolio margin. But I like to keep it pretty. Probably. I think the last couple of trades have hit at times. They've hit around 100,000 worth portfolio margin being in use for the trade. So that's about as big as I like to go. So
Before you traded Core 5, were you doing something else? Like, how long have you been trading options?
oh yeah, probably 10 years plus, maybe close to 15. And yeah, I've had the same experience probably as some of your other customers where kind of the whole gamut of strategies that either totally don't work, misadvertised, or ones that totally can get you in incredible amounts of trouble. Even the case of had a service doing some trading, of course, that they continue to sell puts, but they continue to go as it goes down. They keep going until you're buried. On one of the services, I lost I want to say about $30,000 ish, somewhere around there. So
Wow.
Pretty painful.
So then you moved over to the Core 5 trading from, SJ Options. But how would you describe, the difference of that approach compared to like what you did before you joined the program?
It's very different. I like the fact that in a bullish position, say, you have that downside protection, and it's not really just to me, it's not the downside. I mean, it is the downside protection, but it's the, if things go absolutely 100% wrong and go wrong quickly, it doesn't matter. In fact, you probably end up way ahead in that black swan type event, dropping crazy drops. So that part was hard to believe, and as I started trading a few of them, it was just nice looking at your chart and realizing that it kind of didn't matter. I don't want to say it doesn't matter. It matter if the market dropped on you very much. You just adjust it and keep moving along, which is such an unusual position to be in. I mean, you have some more confidence about the position you're in. Even when there's a drawdown, I after doing a few of them, they stopped really making me very nervous about the drawdown. Even it was just like, okay, let me adjust it, and I know when this or that happens, I'll be. So it was really a different feeling to me.
Yeah, I found that even for my own trading, you never know when the market's just gonna collapse. Like in that the crash, I forget what year, like 10 or something, the flash crash. So the market just fell like 10% in like 1 minute. So yeah, after that, I just been working hard to design, strategies that would actually profit when it happens. And then with the Core 5, like in the when we had the COVID-19 crash, then we had all those clients that were extremely profitable from that trading design. So you've been profitable using the system, right? You've made a bit of major. So how much have you profited so far?
Let's see, for 460, 150, 200, probably $250,000 worth, probably something like that. 225, 250. I'd have to do the math and add them all up.
And then you started with how much?
I just started with about 160,000 or 170 just to get over the portfolio margin requirements.
Wow, so you've made over 100%?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah, it isn't. Some of your other guys I know have just nailed some monster numbers, and I think the biggest trade I had, I don't remember. I'd have to look back at my emails to you, but I want to say the biggest single profit on one single trade was probably either high 20s, low 30s, something like that, maybe somewhere in there, maybe a little.
So you've been doing it with like just consistent base hits, not any grand slams like some other people did.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I never had one that was like a 6-figure one or anything like that. No, it was more. I mean, for me, that's pretty big. To me, a $20,000 trade is pretty darn profit. I mean, it's pretty darn crazy. But yes, nothing that was like 100,000 at one time. No.
That's great. So you've done over 100% in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And then I've been researching the wheel strategy. I don't know if you heard of that, but
yeah, I have. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people are, led to that when they first trade options, but I've been trying to, educate some of these new traders about that because it's really just like a naked put. So then as the market goes down, it doesn't have any protection. And then, people think that you just make all the money when you sell a put and your account goes up. But I find a lot of these people don't even know what the risk profile looks like.
No. Yeah. Well, when you look at it, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they make, they're trying to angle to make $200 or $300 or $400 or $500 or something, but the downside, 5,000 or something. You're like, wow.
And people don't understand that. I mean, made over 100%, maybe, I didn't do the math, but 150% or something in less than 3 years, so. Yeah,
and like I said, having that to me is having the, being fairly, being confident that the wheels fall off and you are in a profitable position that's worth a lot, right? It's just like, if the market drops, 25% in the next week, I don't care. Kind of on that trade, I certainly don't care because it's probably I'm closing a bunch of stuff out because it's all in the green. So that's
well, have a nice Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, you too, Morris. Take it easy, huh?
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks.
All right,
okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
So he started trading the Core 5 method approximately 2.5 years ago, and he started with $170,000. During that time, he's made about 147% on his initial investment. During that same period of time, SPX, which is a common benchmark, increased by 27%. To outperform the industry benchmark by that much is just awesome. Next, I broke down his returns to an annualized percentage. Here you can see that he averaged 58.8% returns per year. Over the same period of time, SPX averaged 10.8% per year. Another thing I want to point out is that he didn't have one large return. All these returns were really consistent. He had about 15 consecutive winners during that 2.5 years of trading. Next, I want to look at this chart that I drew up on the potential growth moving forward with Tony trading the Core 5 method. So Tony originally started with $170,000 and he's currently at about $420,000 after his first 2.5 years of trading. In another 2.5 years, if he continues at this rate of return, he should be at about $617,000. In another 5 years of trading from today, he should be at about $900,000. In 7.5 years in the future, he should be about $1.3 million. So when you think about it, that's pretty amazing. He only started with $170,000, and he's on his way, possibly making over $1 million with this trading approach. Thank you again for watching this video today. I want to give another thank you to Tony for the call-in and sharing his experience with the Core 5 trading method. And I wish you all a happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next